Okay, so it's Tuesday, April 14th. I'm back in New York City. Unfortunately, vacation is now over. I just wanted to do a quick film this morning before work. I just got back from the gym and I was intending to do a shoulder workout this morning, but you know, it's been a while since I had like a really decent leg workout, or so I thought. And I woke up this morning, my legs actually felt pretty good, so I thought I'd go to the gym and you know, try to hit some legs. And when I got there, my squat rack was being used for curling and any number of other things besides squats by someone else, and you know, that was okay. I switched to another squat rack and I started to warm up, and I don't know, I just guess it wasn't in the cards for me today. Eventually my squat rack became available and I started squatting, and you know, I just couldn't come close to, you know, my max where I'm usually training at, and I was really trying to be careful. I was really listening to my body, and I just kind of knew if I pushed it too much that I might risk hurting myself. So I actually decided to bump the weight down a little bit and kind of go with some, you know, lower weight, higher reps, and I actually changed up the exercises a little bit, and you know, I still feel like I got a pretty good intense workout, but nevertheless I just feel really tired these days, and I think that's probably to be expected, you know, less than 4 weeks out. And I'm certainly happy with the results that I'm seeing. I feel like I look great, you know, but I definitely feel like the strength is not there, and I don't know if that's mental or if it's physical or a combination thereof. I mean, I'm certainly not getting the same amount of calories, and I know my body fat is a lot lower than it normally would be, and you know, I think all those things combined just mean you can't push the same kind of weight with the same intensity. So anyway, I was feeling a little down, but you know, now that I'm kind of out and, you know, showered and all that stuff, I feel pretty good about the workout all in all. I know it's usually a tough day following the leg workout because I'm usually ravenous, and obviously the calories aren't changing, so it's sort of putting up with the increased hunger from like a high intensity leg workout. So that's something I'm not looking forward to. Trying to think if there's any other news. I actually got my posing suit yesterday. I was thrilled. I went ahead and I ordered the second posing suit for Muscle Potential. I was going to have one for the prejudging and one for the evening, and obviously the first one got lost in the US mail and still has not shown up. So I went ahead and ordered the second suit from them, and I actually used my own FedEx account to have it shipped to me just to guarantee that I received it. And those guys at Muscle Potential are absolutely awesome. They actually went ahead and sent an additional suit. The first one that was lost in the mail, I guess they went ahead and made another one. So I got two suits. I got the blue one and the purple one yesterday. And I'm going to see if I can post some photos at the beginning or end of this video of me trying those suits on, and I think they look great, to be honest. I'm going to send some pictures to the guys at Muscle Potential. I don't know if there's much they can do at this point as far as fitting. I think they kind of are what they are, and I'm pleased. You know, they're definitely exactly what I was looking for. They're much better than the ones I've been using for practice, and they actually kind of hold everything in, which obviously is a necessity. And I love the colors, you know, and at first I thought the back was a little small, but I think it's actually going to end up looking really great on my glutes. And I got some like Bikini Bite stuff, which is supposed to kind of make it all stay in place. And I'm still on the fence about the side straps. I still think I might have been better off with a skinnier side strap than what I have. But, you know, like I said, at this point I feel like it kind of is what it is, and I'm pleased, and I don't think I'm going to, you know, push it any further. I feel like I have a posing suit, and that's one less thing to worry about at this point. But I'm very happy. So those showed up yesterday, which was a nice relief. And you know, to have gotten that second suit, and you know, not having asked for it or bothered those guys, I really truly appreciate that. So you know, kudos to them. Highly recommended. Trying to think of anything else. I'm gonna try to bang out some breakfast here real quick. I'm on the verge of being late for work, which is usually the case, and you know, I'm very fortunate because my employer is very forgiving, and my wife and I actually work together, and she's technically my boss, so she's obviously in the know as to why I've been showing up a little later. So I appreciate that as well. This is just tough all around. I mean, it's a full-time job, you know, on top of everything else that I obviously have to do. So it's a lifestyle, it's a full-time job, and you know, there's just no cutting corners at this point. Speaking of which, I think the one area that I really feel like I am still lacking, or you know, where I really need to step it up, is my posing. You know, I got home from work yesterday and I was going to do it Sunday, and like everything else, it just fell by the wayside. I got busy doing, you know, umpteen other things at the gym and cardio and going to the dog park and trying to prep all my meals for the week, and by the time the evening rolled around I was just exhausted, so no time for posing then. And I ended up banging it out last night. I went through like a little 15-minute you know, prejudging routine. I was just kind of going off of like a YouTube video, you know, and I started thinking about my routine, and that's something I really got to focus on, you know, starting today, I guess. Maybe I'll try to come home tonight from work and try to spend some more time just thinking through it at this point, because I think I have my music picked out. It's narrowed down to like 2 songs. Not sure which I'm going to go with. One is like really high energy, and one is sort of a more slower, nostalgic kind of posing music. You know, but beyond that, I haven't started. And I know this is really the point where you've got to set that posing routine and start going through it, so it's like old hat. You know, it's just got to be in your body, and you don't have to think about it. And at this point, I don't have anything. So I'm hoping that's something that I can really step up over the next week or two. I'll have to, you know, otherwise I'm going to get out on stage and, you know, it's just going to be really awkward. So anyway, I apologize for the lighting. I'm trying a new tripod so I don't have to like sit and stare at the camera the whole time I'm talking. And the lighting in my apartment consequently sucks, because it's actually looking like it's going to be a rainy Tuesday in New York City. So anyway, I guess when I get off here, I'm going to cook up some egg whites really quick, and I've got some low-carb, low-fat Sara Lee bread left over from vacation. Going to do that with some Greek yogurt, non-fat of course, and I actually got some really great fresh strawberries, and I've been mixing like PB2 and some of that Walden Farms no-cal syrup in there with the yogurt, and man, it's phenomenal. It's almost like a mousse. You know, you can flavor it with that no-cal chocolate or no-cal butterscotch. So I'm looking forward to getting some food on my stomach. I feel like that's all I can really think about these days is the next meal. You know, I'm just really, really hungry. And Jeff actually wanted to keep me on the same macros and the same calories for this week. And, you know, I'm not going to dispute that. I initially thought I was in need of reduced calories. But, you know, Jeff said he's well, you know, in response to the Bod Pod results, because I shared that with Jeff, you know, this past weekend. And, you know, I respect what he said. He said, I'm not looking for a number. I'm looking for a specific look, and I like the look. I love what we've achieved so far. So I think I need to adopt that mindset. I don't know why I was so fixated on like body fat numbers and things like that, because Jeff actually said a lot of people tend to exaggerate their body fat. Even like the professional bodybuilders and stuff will claim to have much lower body fat than they actually do. And I guess at the end of the day, it really just depends on what you're bringing to the stage and how you're presenting what you're bringing to the stage. And you know, nobody really gives a rat's ass whether you've got 5% body fat or 9% body fat. I think it's just all the aesthetics and how you look to the judges and things like that. So that's important. Last but not least, I guess, you know, in conjunction with what I just mentioned about the food, one of the changes that I do want to make this week, that I actually have been making thus far, is just eating more actual food and eating more vegetables and trying to incorporate more fruit. You know, obviously the macros, calories and stuff are the same, but I feel like I need to kind of get rid of some of the crap. So I've been kind of weaning myself off of like the chocolate puddings and stuff in the evening. Instead of those things, I'm incorporating like just some basic McIntosh apples with you know, my peanut butter on there if I've got some fat that I need to get in. And like for lunch and things like that, I've been I did like a huge spinach salad yesterday with some turkey, ground turkey, and you know, obviously the sweet potatoes and stuff are kind of a mainstay in my diet. But I don't know, like this morning I'm going to do egg whites instead of like a protein shake, because I love my protein shakes. I love the protein bars and things like that. But to be honest, at the end of the day, I think you're better off actually eating food. you know, and if you drink a shake, you know, you drink the shake and it's done. But I feel like if you've got like a big plate of egg whites there, I think it's mental, but I think it's also kind of physical. I think it's putting something into your stomach that you can actually digest that isn't just like another liquid, you know, and it just, you can drink a protein shake in like 30 seconds flat, and it takes me a little bit longer to eat and digest the egg whites. So that's kind of where I'm going with the diet. A guy on Instagram kind of inspired me, and you know, I'm going to give that a shot as we get closer and closer to peak week. So that's pretty much where I'm at. You know, I'm looking for inspiration around every corner. You know, like I said, I got the posing suit yesterday. That was a nice little bump. And you know I harp on the guy, but I've been following Romeo Estrada's Instagram, and he's been killing me lately because he's not. I guess he's in the off season right now, and he's on vacation, and he's posting pictures of all these like Krispy Kreme donuts and all this stuff that he's eating, and I'm sort of living vicariously, or I should say eating vicariously through his stomach, you know, because some of that stuff just looks phenomenal, and it gives me something to really look forward to after this competition. That's where I feel like everybody's a winner. You know, whether you place or not in a competition, once you get across that finish line to the other side of the competition and you can actually start eating again, you know, I think that's the reward for me at this point. So anyway, like I said, I've been following him though, and I keep kind of going back to his earlier and earlier posts where he was competing for the first time, and I think he and I are kind of in the same caliber as far as weight class and whatnot. So that's another part of the reason I'm really kind of following his posts and trying to pay attention to what he did before me. So anyway, I guess that's it. That's my post for Tuesday, April 14th, and I'll try to check in probably this weekend.